Hi there, beautiful beings. How are you today? So in this beautiful video, we just wanted to continue on with the topic of hold the image in your mind. Hold it firmly. The image of what you want, of what you would love to experience, of what you would love to have. Don't question it. The dream is there. Your soul planted that dream in your heart for a reason. Don't question it. Just feel into it. All of it, whatever that dream is, however it looks for you. Everyone's dream is different. But what was coming through towards the end of the last video is that we are all the same. We're all made of the same. And when we are judging others that they are broken, that they need fixing and all of that, we're forgetting that we are the same. We are made of the same. And if spirit has you, spirit has them. Spirit has them. Spirit knows exactly what it is that they're trying to experience. You don't need to worry about that. My beautiful beings. We are the universal life force energy, every single one of us. And not only that, but in this past week, I've realized that everything, my car, my house, everything is universal life force energy. There's just such a beautiful connection to everything when you realize that it is all a part of you, And the other information that was coming through today as I was getting ready for the videos is that outside is a reflection of inside. I was remembering so many funny things that I've done in my life. Thinking, that, if I do that, I'll be at peace. And one of those silly things was I had it in my head that if I shaved my hair off, I shaved it all off. It's all gone. I'm not fussed about how my hair looks anymore. It's all gone. I have a beautiful bald head now. That somehow, by some miracle, I was going to feel more spiritual. Because I see these gorgeous beings with their hair shaved off, in their beautiful robes. And there's this calmness in their eyes, this peacefulness in their eyes. And somehow I believed, well, if I do that, I'll be at peace. I'll have that gorgeous look in my eyes. That look of peace, that calmness that they have by some miracle, not having hair on my head. I'll look at myself and I'll be at peace. And then today, as I was remembering that, I'm trying to think how old my daughter was. I think she was 3 years old, somewhere around 3. And I asked my husband to do it. Anyway, so she's coming out of her bedroom upstairs. She's standing at the top of the stairs and I'm standing at the bottom and I had just shaved it all off, right? And she takes a step back like, who is this person? She really took a step back and looked at me like, who's this stranger all of a sudden? And I smiled at her and she still stared at me like, I don't know you, why are you smiling at me? She went running back into her bedroom. And my husband had to go in to get her to tell her that I'd shaved all my hair off. But what happened was, days and weeks after, you gotta laugh. We are funny creatures when you think about it. Weeks, days after, I'm sitting there thinking, why on earth would I think that shaving my hair off was going to make me feel any different about myself? Why would this make any difference? That I don't have hair, because if anything, I kept looking at it thinking, oh my God, this looks so ugly. I just didn't feel it suited me, And it took a while to get used to, but my hair grows insanely fast. So that's why you'll find as soon as I do my hair color, 2 weeks later, I'll have like growth, that much growth. It's just insane how fast this hair grows. But that wasn't something that was on my mind at the time. I honestly thought I'm going to shave it off and ta-da, I am one with it all. I am at peace. When I think back, there's so many silly things I've done or believed. You have this belief that somehow, by some miracle, I know for sure that I could go and sit on top of a mountain and there'd be no one around me No distractions. But the monkey mind goes with you. That monkey chatter that goes on upstairs. The one that keeps telling you you're not good enough, you're not worthy, you don't deserve. That never turns off. Ever. You know? So that would still be going on when you're there. No matter how quiet and peaceful it is around you. The peace doesn't come because you eliminate all the distractions, you get rid of everything around you. The peace doesn't come from that. My beautiful beings. That unworthiness, the not being good enough, the not deserving. It's understanding where that came from, why it's there. It's part of your beautiful human experience. That's why we created all the gorgeous courses that we have created to help you understand all of that. So that you can get that monkey mind to quieten. You know, with time, it's not as loud or it's not as much. When you start to realize the truth of who you are, it doesn't have that much to say. You know, when it comes in, all of a sudden says, you're not good enough. And you're like, but yes, I am. I know I am. There's a difference. I've always been, you know. But that not being good enough was something that we learned in childhood. Not being worthy, not deserving, all of that was something we learnt in childhood. And so those records keep playing, they're on repeat until we interrupt the program. We decide, you know what, I've had enough of that. Because that was me. One day I was done with the conversation in my head. I was done. I'd had enough. Enough. I just didn't want to hear it anymore. Mostly I think because none of the thoughts made me feel good. And somehow I knew within me that I'm supposed to feel good. That's natural for me to feel good. Not this other stuff. You know? And when you start going through it all, they're not good enough. Why? Why aren't you good enough? Who decided that? In what moment? What is it that you're not good enough at? Or good enough for? When you decide that you're unworthy, where did that come from? Were you born unworthy? Did you come into the world and you were, the moment you took your first breath, you were unworthy to be here? You chose to be here. Your soul chose to be here. How can it be unworthy? It came here with God's blessing. It went to God and said, I want to go down there. I want to go to earth. I want to have this experience. And God said, yes, let's do that. Let's do it. Go. You came here with God's blessing. How can you be unworthy? But that is the experience we come to have, because outside of here, we don't know what it is to be unworthy. We are so worthy. We are the highest frequency of love. So you come here to take on all these roles, to play all these different roles, to see how it fits. What does it feel like? You know, I love that expression of Shakespeare that all the world is a stage. Because it is like we're actors, we take on these roles. And we leave our true identity behind to take on, okay, what's it like to be this person in this movie? Then you move on to the next movie. What's it like to be this person in this movie? And that is a lifetime. You know? But none of those are the real you. None of those roles that you take on, that you try on, okay, what does it feel like to be unworthy? If I do this and if I do that, oh, that's what unworthiness feels like if I go through that. And then you have a different experience. Oh, that's what unworthiness feels like when I go through that. And a different one again. And you keep trying different roles to experience different types of unworthiness. Or different types of not deserving or not being good enough. But none of them are who you really are. They're just roles that you take in this lifetime to have that experience. That's it. But just as it is for you, it is for everyone. This is what we need to remember in every moment. Just as you're having your human experience that your soul came to have, and in this experience it decided, I want to know what it feels like to be unworthy. That's it. That's what I really want to focus on this lifetime. And I'm going to choose this experience, this childhood. I'm going to choose this is what's going to happen when I'm a teenager, and this is what's going to happen when I'm in my adult years. All of this to build up this unworthiness within me. And then one day there's this voice inside you screaming, I am done. That was me. I am done. I am done with this role. I am done. I knew within me, there's a knowing, just as you're probably feeling as you listen to these videos, and that's what they're here for. There's a knowing within you that that's not the real you. This being unworthy, it's not who you really are. This not being good enough. I'm always of the mind. And my husband, when he was doing real estate, he learned this beautiful saying that everything is easy when you learn how to do it. It's not about not being good enough. I was terrible at handling money. We were way, way over our heads in debt. You know, when my daughter was born, I was terrible at handling money. At the finance part, I was the one that had to pay all the bills, and I'm the one that had to do all the taxes and everything here at home. My husband didn't want anything to do with it, you know. But we were always in debt, always behind with payments. You know, I just didn't know how to do it. So I went and I got help. I went to see a financial advisor, and he taught me how to budget. He taught me how to do, you know, how to handle money, how to manage money, how to have different accounts for different things. So I learned. I took the first step and said, I don't know how to do this. How do I do this? And I got the help. When we feel that we're not good at something, it's because we just don't know how to do it. We don't have the skills for it. But there's nothing stopping you from going out there and getting the skills that you need, whatever those skills are. You know, one of the things, yes, when that voice inside of me was screaming, I've had enough, I'm done, I stopped listening to my monkey mind, and I started listening to, you know, videos and tapes and recordings of things that reminded me of the love that I am. In every moment, that's all I wanted to listen to. I just wanted to remember, this is who I am. Not all this, you know, all this. That's not me. Not the real me anyway, not the love that I am. It's just my human experience. They're just stories. They're the roles I've taken on in this lifetime. But they're not who I really am. You know? And one of the things I was going through today, you know, it took me over 10 years to go through the beautiful forgiveness process. 10 years. And I feel that I needed to go through all of that to get all the information. Because I feel at the moment like forgiveness is a superpower. People don't realize, you know, the gift that forgiveness is. Not for the other person. You know, we seem to always think it's for the other person. It's not. It's for yourself. It's to set yourself free. And it has become my superpower. You know, it's what I am good at. And I have been since I was really little. When I was little, I'd never hold grudges. I didn't know what that was. Why? Why were my parents holding grudges with everyone? Why did they stop talking to everyone? Why were they not talking to this, you know, aunt and uncle now, and then 2 years later we weren't talking to that aunt and uncle over there, and what's going on? What is this? You know? And then as a grown-up, when I got to be the grown-up, I got to experience it firsthand. Oh, this is what it is to not forgive. I got to feel it for my mum towards her. That resentment, that holding on to grudges. Oh, I knew then what it feels like when you don't want someone in your life. when you feel like, you know what, I'm done. You've hurt me enough. I'm just not going to let you do any more damage. I know what that feels like. So I needed to have that experience. Because without knowing, what does it feel like to be full of resentment? What does it feel like to hold grudges that you spend nights up, not being able to sleep, replaying over and over and over the stuff that this person has done to you? How could they do that? Especially if it's a mother. I'm her daughter. How could she do that to me? So many sleepless nights. And then there's that feeling in the pit of your stomach that you've got knots on top of knots on top of knots. Whenever you're around them, whenever you have to talk to them on the phone, you don't even have to have them in person. Just even on the phone, I would be all tied up in knots, not wanting to talk to her because of how she made me feel every time. I had to go through all of that because without that, I just couldn't understand what it is to not forgive. I wouldn't know what it is without that experience. I had to go through that. And I feel like I had to go through that because, Spirit was going to use me as a tool to bring this information forward. The beautiful course we've put together that's on sale in this month, September, there's 60% off. We promised we would bring it back because the first time I just didn't have the awareness that people may not understand what the discount was. So now on the website, it tells you exactly how much you're going to pay when you sign up. And we're doing a live event before the end of the month because I would love to get a group together because I know the magic that forgiveness brings to lives. I've seen it. The freedom. Your energy is so free. So free to explore other things. It's no longer caught up in being angry with this person and being angry with that person. Those 10 years that I spent learning all about forgiveness, I was given all the information on how to put it together in a 3-month course. 3 months. So, my beautiful beings. The other thing that I was just remembering, because we were bringing up what was funny, the beliefs that we have. When I'd finished my beautiful Reiki course and I was doing Reiki in my backyard, I would lie down on the grass and I would feel so blissed out every time, and so connected to spirit and to my beautiful spirit team. And we decided, for my daughter's birthday, we were going to go to Vanuatu. And I thought, I saw all these pictures and I thought, oh my God, it looks like paradise, And I thought, I'm going to be there and I'm going to have this incredible, incredible connection because I'm in this place, this, this beautiful place. And when I got there, we were there for 10 days. And it's like when I shaved my hair off. It was the same thing. My belief was that something on the outside was going to change something on the inside. My connection was going to be deeper. It was going to be better because I was in this incredible place that looked like heaven in all its pictures, And I found there I was more disconnected than here at home. So outside always changes when we change the inside. Inside first. Inside first, always, for the outside to change. And the magic of it, my beautiful beings, is that when you go through the beautiful process of awakening and you go through forgiveness and you no longer need to hold on to anything, no more grudges, it's done, it's all good. You realize that nothing outside of you needs to change. because the change that mattered has already happened inside. And that's the only change that ever matters. It's how we feel inside, how we feel about ourselves, how we see ourselves. Change that, and then you'll realize that everything outside of you changes. You begin to see others so differently. That's what all these beautiful videos are for. That's what all the courses are for. To assist you, because we know it works. We know it works. We've seen it over and over. It's not just me. That's why I was given all this beautiful information. It wasn't random. I wasn't picked at random. And neither are you, if you are here. All right, my beautiful beings. Remember, what is in me is in you. We are the same. The gifts that are in me are in you. All of us have the same powers. All of us, because we're all made of the same beautiful universal life force energy. There is nothing in me that you do not have. This was a beautiful message that Jesus was trying to bring through. There was nothing in Jesus that you do not have. All right, my beautiful beings. Know it in your heart. Know it. The power to heal, it's in you. It's in you. All of it is in you. We love you guys. Remember to click like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the messages. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.